Your brain is doing this thing right now that's keeping you stuck in mental prison. You're replaying that conversation from 3 days ago, or you're spinning through 47 different ways tomorrow could go wrong. And the harder you try to stop thinking about it, the louder it gets. I'm about to show you exactly why this happens, and more importantly, the 2-minute technique that neuroscientists use to break these thought spirals instantly. But first, I need you to do something weird with me. Right now, I want you to not think about a white elephant. Just for 10 seconds, do not picture a white elephant in your mind. Go. You thought about the elephant, didn't you? Your brain literally cannot follow that instruction. And this is exactly what's happening every time you tell yourself to just stop overthinking. You're using the exact same mental process that made you think about the elephant. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. There's a network called the default mode network. It's basically your brain's screensaver. When you're not actively focused on something, this network starts running. And for overthinkers, this network has been hijacked. Instead of just wandering peacefully, it gets stuck in loops. Think about a record with a scratch. The needle just keeps hitting the same groove over and over. That's your default mode network on overthinking. You're not broken, you're not weak, and you don't lack willpower. Your brain is literally stuck in a neurological pattern. And here's the part that'll make you feel seen. The smarter you are, the worse this gets. High intelligence often correlates with overthinking because your brain is really good at generating possibilities, connections, and what-ifs. Your strength has become your prison. The conventional advice? Just think positive thoughts. Practice gratitude. Meditate for 20 minutes. That's like telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. You need to understand the mechanism first. The solution isn't to fight the thoughts. It's to redirect the neural pathway. This is called the 2-minute reset, and it's based on something called cognitive load theory. Here's how it works. Your brain has limited processing power. When you're overthinking, 90% of that power is being used by rumination. We need to intentionally overload a different part of your brain to break the cycle. Step 1. The physical interrupt the moment you notice you're spiraling. And this is key. You have to catch it early. You're going to do something that sounds ridiculous, but is backed by neuroscience. You're going to engage your motor cortex. Stand up. Yes, physically stand up. Now, with your dominant hand, touch your left ear. Now your right knee. Now your nose. Now your left elbow with your right hand. Keep switching for 30 seconds. Feel ridiculous. Good. That embarrassment is actually interrupting the rumination pathway. Step 2. The cognitive reset. Now you're going to flood your working memory with a specific task. I want you to count backwards from 100 by 7 south. So, 193, 86, 79. And keep going until you get to single digits. Why does this work? Your prefrontal cortex, the part that's been running in circles, now has to do actual work. It cannot simultaneously calculate and ruminate. It's neurologically impossible. Step 3. The redirect after those 2 minutes. Your default mode network has been reset. Now you have a choice. What do you want to focus on? This is your golden window. You're not fighting the thoughts anymore. You're choosing what to think about. Pick one specific action you can take in the next 10 minutes. Not a big life decision, just one small thing. Send one email. Organize one drawer. And make one phone call. The key is movement, not perfection. But here's what most people get wrong. They try to use logic to talk themselves out of overthinking. This worry is irrational. I should just let it go. That's still thinking about the thinking. You're feeding the loop. The 2-minute reset bypasses logic entirely. It uses your brain's own architecture against the spiral. The science behind why this works. When you're ruminating, your brain is in what's called a default state. Neural pathways are firing in predictable patterns. The physical movement activates your cerebellum and motor cortex, completely different brain regions. The counting backward forces your prefrontal cortex to engage in executive function. You're essentially causing a controlled interruption in your neural network, like restarting a computer that's frozen. Here's the beautiful part. The more you use this technique, the easier it becomes to catch thought spirals early. You're literally rewiring your brain to recognize and interrupt the pattern before it takes over your entire day. When to use this? When you notice you've been thinking about the same thing for more than 5 minutes, before making any important decision while emotionally activated when you catch yourself replaying past conversations. Anytime you feel that stuck in your head sensation, what this isn't about never thinking deeply about important things. It's about breaking the loop when thinking becomes rumination. Deep thinking has a purpose and moves you forward. Rumination is just suffering without progress. I want to know, what's the one thing you overthink most? Is it past conversations, future scenarios, or decisions you need to make? Drop it in the comments, because I read every single one, and your overthinking pattern might be the perfect topic for the next video. And if this 2-minute technique works for you, and I mean actually works, not just sounds good, let me know. I'm building a whole series around practical psychology for overthinkers, and your feedback helps me know what's actually landing. The goal isn't to become someone who never thinks deeply. It's to become someone who thinks intentionally instead of compulsively. There's a difference, and once you feel it, you'll never want to go back to the mental prison you've been living in.